Welcome to BackToKidAgain.com. At our channel, you will be taken back to your magical childhood, where you will reunite with legendary characters like Thach San, Tom Kam, and many more. Before watching the video, we invite you to support our channel's sponsor, Mr. Calvin Ha Phan, a life insurance specialist. Are you looking for a solid financial protection plan for your family and future? Let Calvin Ha Phan, a highly experienced life insurance expert, help you find the best protection plan. Dedicated and professional consultation for all ages assistance with setting up life insurance policies across all 50 states in the U.S. Officially licensed, California. Life insurance license number 0K94959, Texas. Life insurance license number 3062871. Call now, 733-253-4509, for a free consultation and get the best insurance plan for you and your family. Protect today. Peace of mind for tomorrow.
The Toad Son-in-Law. Story of Von Q ethnic group. Ca-deng and his wife, Ca-deng is a personal name, also meaning childless person, had been married for a long time but had no children. They had offered many buffaloes and sacrifices to Chàng, the deity, yet nothing changed. One day, returning from their fields, they noticed a small footprint at their doorstep. The wife placed her foot in it to compare. Soon after, she became pregnant and gave birth to a toad. Cherishing the child she bore, Mrs. Ca-deng raised the toad, which grew larger each day. After 5 cycles of shifting fields, each cycle lasting 3 years, the toad was as big as a calf and could speak human language. One day, the toad said to its mother, "Mother, I want the banana tree from A-nya's house." Mrs. Ca-deng, doting on her child, went to A-nya's house and brought back a banana tree. The toad waved its hand, frowning, and said, "No, no, I want a different kind of banana." Realizing her toad son was grown and that A-nha had 2 beautiful daughters who looked identical, Mrs. Ca-deng suspected he wanted one as a wife. She sighed. "My child, we have no money. How can we afford this?" The toad went to a corner of the house, dragged out a basket full of silver ingots hidden in rice husks, and said, "Mother, take this. It will be enough." Though hesitant, Mrs. Ca-deng, out of love for her son, carried the basket of husks to A-nya's house and said, "A-nha, your house has fine banana trees and tall sugarcane. My son wishes to have one of the 2. A-nha, thinking she wanted literal plants, sent someone to cut down a fine banana tree and the tallest sugarcane from his garden. Mrs. Ca-deng clarified, "No, that's not it. My toad son wishes to marry one of your daughters." A-nha was furious and shouted, "You dare ask for my daughter to marry a toad?" In anger, A-nha grabbed an axe and swung it at Mrs. Ca-deng. The blade missed her but cut the strap of her basket, spilling silver ingots across the ground. Dazzled by the wealth, A-nha's tone softened. He called his daughters, "Girls, come here. Whoever collects all of Mrs. Ca-deng's silver will marry into her family. They're rich." The elder daughter gathered silver tirelessly, filling a basket by her side and another on her back. But the silver on the ground remained untouched. Overburdened, she cried, "Father, how can I collect all this silver?" A-nha told his younger daughter to try. As she approached, the scattered silver swirled and flew into her basket. Seeing this, A-nha said with regret, "Chàng has chosen my youngest to marry the toad. Mrs. Ca-deng, prepare the Ta-beng ceremony, the first of 2 Von Q wedding rituals, followed by the Koi ceremony, in a week's time." Mrs. Ca-deng, both joyful and worried, told the toad, "Son, A-nha has agreed to give you his youngest daughter, but how will we afford the wedding?" The toad replied cheerfully, "Don't worry, mother." Still anxious, she said, "How can I not worry? We're so poor, and A-nha expects the wedding in a week. He won't tolerate delays." The toad blinked and repeated, "Don't worry." Mrs. Ca-deng could only sigh. That night, After his parents slept, the toad used magic to bring home gold, silver, bronze pots, rice wine jars, clothes, and beaded necklaces for the wedding. On the appointed day, the toad married An-ha's youngest daughter. A year later, the young wife loved her toad husband dearly. She happily worked alongside her in-laws, tending fields, catching fish, and gathering vegetables. One moonlit night, a handsome young man appeared beside her and said, "Girl, I want to marry you." She sat up and replied, "No, I belong to another. My husband is the toad. You may be handsome, but you cannot be my husband." The young man mocked, "You're so beautiful, yet you married an ugly toad." She answered firmly, "Jiang willed it so. My parents agreed." The young man moved closer and said, "My dear, you're as lovely as a pang flower, a red vong flower, symbolizing beauty and goodness in Vankyo culture. Your heart is as clear as a stream, and your loyalty is as strong as an axe cutting wood. I am the toad." Unconvinced, she challenged, "If you're the toad, turn back into one." The young man vanished, and the toad appeared beside her, saying, "That young man was me." He transformed back into the handsome youth. Seeing the toad's shed skin nearby, the wife quickly grabbed it and threw it into the blazing kitchen fire. The couple lived happily and soon had a son. After the koi ceremony, the second wedding ritual, held at the bride's family home, allowing the bride to visit her parents, the couple visited her family. At first, her parents were skeptical of the handsome son-in-law, but when their daughter explained everything, they were overjoyed. The elder sister, jealous of her younger sister's happiness, schemed to steal her husband. While the son-in-law spoke with their father, she said to her sister, "Sister, it's been so long since we've seen each other. I'm craving ponglen shoots. Go gather some for me." The trusting younger sister took a basket and went into the forest. Once she was gone, the elder sister called to the son-in-law, "Husband, let's go home. Our parents are waiting, and our child is crying." Since the sisters looked identical, the toad's son-in-law mistook her for his wife, and after bidding farewell to his in-laws, left with her. Along the way, they stopped at a village celebrating a new rice harvest. People from near and far joined the festivities. The two mingled, dancing the Puona Dun, a popular Vankyo dance. The younger sister returned with Ponglin shoots, found her husband and sister gone, and rushed through the forest to find them. She arrived at the festival just in time. After the lively Puona Dun dance, young men and women sang ceremonial songs to the sound of flutes. She spotted her husband stepping through the crowd to sing by the fire, his head swaying as he sang a captivating song. His deep Vankyo voice, deep and resonant like the wind sweeping through reeds along a wide stream, lulled the crowd, including the elder sister, to sleep. Only his wife, her eyes wide like a phoenix, watched him. Quietly, she approached, took his hand, and led him through the forest back home. Once far from the village, she gently reproached him. "Why did you leave me? A bird far from its nest doesn't easily part from its mate." Surprised, he replied, "I didn't. We've been together like toe-ring birds or the shadow of a pakso tree, a tree symbolizing inseparable bonds." She recalled that during his song, her sister had stood beside him. Realizing her sister's deception, she explained. The husband remembered that the woman beside him had fallen asleep during his song. Oh, how could this happen? From then on, the couple left their parents and settled far away to raise their son. Their boy grew strong and fast. After 2 field cycles, he was sharpening arrows and drawing a bow. By 4 cycles, he hunted alone, bringing home monkeys and large dock plants, a forest vegetable, bitter but edible with fish paste. He was tirelessly diligent, hunting, fishing, gathering snails, cooking, and fetching water, always keeping the aho bamboo tubes, large bamboo used for water storage, full. One day, he rushed back from the forest and said, "Father, Mother, I met a stranger looking for the toad's son-in-law." Blinking, he asked, "Who's the toad's son-in-law?" His father gazed into the distance and said, "There's no toad son-in-law anymore. That's me." The boy's eyes widened. You're the toad son-in-law? His father smiled. Just then, a stranger climbed onto their house's floor. The father warmly greeted him. What bird guided you here? The visitor, a messenger from A-nha, said urgently, A wise bird perches on a high branch. A wise man doesn't stay in a remote place. You must return. Nhak, evil spirits or bandits, are attacking A-nha's village, seizing forests and robbing our people. As the father hesitated, the boy asked, Father, are Nhak like hungry tigers in the forest or serpents in the water? His father nodded, glancing at the polished bow hanging in the corner. The boy looked at his nearly empty quiver and said, I'll sharpen more arrows, father. The messenger cautioned, Child, this is grown men's work. A young bird should only catch insects near its nest. The boy's face flushed, his lips pursed. His father, understanding, comforted him. Son, a small bird that follows the flock can still fly far. The messenger smiled at the boy. The next morning, father and son, armed with bows and quivers, bid the mother farewell and set off to fight the Nhak. The boy trained diligently. Each dawn, as the sun peeked over the mountains, he stared into its glare to strengthen his eyes. He drew his bow repeatedly to steady his hands and carried stones nearly his size to practice running hills. He leaped over small streams, then larger ones. His father taught him to throw a spear. The boy's spear sliced the air with a crack like thunder, piercing trees too thick for 3 men to encircle. At first, he threw 10 arm spans. Soon, his spear flashed like lightning through the air. By day, they traveled and trained. By night, they slept in high branches. Before long, they reached A-nha's village. Seeing the ravaged village, tattered houses and leaning stilts, the father's heart ached. He told his son, Son, that house at the village's edge is where your mother grew up, where I came to marry her. The leaning house in the center is where your grandfather lived, from youth to now, his hair white as mountain mist. The Nhak have destroyed it all. The boy, transfixed, clenched his teeth and fists, saying, Where are the Nhak? His father whispered, We'll see. Suddenly, rocks tumbled from the forest ahead, mixed with howls like a pack of wolves circling prey. The father gripped his son's hand and said, There they are. The boy broke free, his voice resolute. I'll kill them. His father released him, saying, Son, a sharp axe tests hard kacha wood. A pointed spear tests a tiger's belly. Go! The boy, spear in hand, took 3 giant strides to the village's empty center, his eyes blazing like fire. His voice thundered, You wicked Nhak! Who dares destroy our village? Step forward, and I'll see your face! Howls rose from the forest, and a horde of striped Nhak, monkey-faced, ape-armed, wielding stones and clubs, charged. The boy stood firm, legs apart, and fired 10 arrows, piercing and felling 4 or 5 Nhak. The survivors froze, huddling. 10 more arrows flew, dropping dozens more. The remaining Nhak fled. The boy chased them with his spear. A shout stopped him. Son, halt! He paused, then leaped back as a massive Nhak foot, the bandit leader, loomed before him, its moldy, furry face barely visible from a distance. It grinned, its teeth like knife blades, its laughter like a waterfall crashing in a mountain's heart. Its hairy arms, rough as logs, parted the forest with a wave. The Nhak foot taunted, Little ant, are you the toad son-in-law's son? Call your father. The boy, lips tight, hurled his spear with all his might. The Nhak foot caught it like a falling chopstick. Weaponless and faltering, the boy heard a thunderclap and a roar that shook the earth, flinging him to the height of a mountain peak. Landing, he felt soft ground beneath him, the belly of the dead Nhak foot. The thunder was his father's spear, launched from the forest, striking the Nhak foot's heart. With the Nhak defeated, father and son searched the forest for A-nha's family and villagers. After a week, they found them imprisoned in a deep mountain cave, surrounded by treasures the Nhak had looted. Family and villagers reunited, tears and laughter mingling in a long embrace. A-nha, overjoyed, sent for his youngest daughter to join the victory celebration. The festival lasted 3 days and nights. The toad's son-in-law and his son distributed the Nhak's stolen wealth to the people. Near and far, villages rejoiced. A-nha named the toad's son-in-law and his son leaders of the region. The village rang with drums and gongs, celebrating their brave new chiefs. The end. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to hit like to support me, share the video to spread great stories, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the latest videos. Remember to click the notification bell to get updates as soon as a new video is released. Come back to the channel often so we can explore more fascinating stories together. See you in the next video.